Hey, welcome to Tuesday's Tips and Tales with CC Live and Corey Alexander. However, he's not here yet. We're waiting for Corey to make an appearance. He had his real job he had to address this evening. But I wanted to say hi and get this show rolling because it's Happy New Year, 2017. I hope it all started off amazing for every one of you and everybody had a happy holiday. Hopefully you caught our show last, hey Barb, how are you? Happy New Year. I hope you caught our show last, before the holidays. We took a little holiday, much needed holiday for both of us. So here we are, we're back. We have lots of fun things in store for 2017. And we're going to start this show about the men. The man show. And my man's not here, of course. But he will be here shortly. Anyways, Corey is on his way. Let's talk about man. Now, let's backtrack just for a second. I wrote a blog. Check it out on www.beavertailsbook.com about the women in all of our lives and how we make it happen over the holidays. I mean, think about it. You know, we are juggling. It's like a 100-yard dash from Halloween to Christmas Day, or Hanukkah for some of you, the end of Hanukkah. And then New Year's Eve is sort of like our treat of, hey, we made it, we got through this, put on our party dress, maybe just take a bubble bath, whatever it is, or a romantic night for two, but you deserve it, ladies out there, because you're the one who is juggling the costumes on Halloween, the trick-or-treating, Thanksgiving dinner, throwing out a big turkey, you know, making the family happy. And then Christmas, all that preparation and wrapping and Santa and our elves. I miss my little guy, I gotta tell you. I had so much fun with him. And I don't want to slight the guys. There's a lot of single men out there, single dads who do very well at the whole preparation and handling the holidays. But women, you make it happen. And cheers to you. That's all I have to say. Cece loves you and thanks for making the holidays so incredibly wonderful. Hey Barb, let me see, I've got to put these guys on. Hey chica, hey to you, are you in New York or where are you? Hey Ari, how are you? So here we are, we're back, and again, Corey will be here because this is what he does, because he knows I'm going to have a cocktail waiting for him and everything's set up so he can just come in here and roll out the funny stuff. So I hope all of you had an awesome New Year's Eve. I got to tell you. So Christmas Day came and I took my daughter to Universal, single mom, and hey Ari, and did that whole Universal like Disney thing, met my family down there and it was unbelievable. Harry Potter, everybody's got to go see Harry Potter. It's freaking unbelievable. It is so much fun. And the key to the whole Universal is getting the, stay at one of the Lowe's properties. By the way, they're amazing. And if you stay there, you can walk right to the park, 7 a.m., early entrance, comes with your room fee, and then pay extra for that express pass because while all of those crazy people in 82-degree weather are in that long line, you get to buzz to the front and re-ride rides. I think my daughter and I did a roller coaster at least 20 times. But Harry Potter World, unbelievable, super fun. So, you know, I had to return my daughter to her dad, flew her back up, and then two of my friends were like, hey, we have a place down here in the Keys. I said, oh, twist my arm. I'll come to the Keys. It was amazing. Full moon party, dancing on the beach, fireworks, stone crabs that were like gigantic, huge, and lots of great people. It was super, super fun. So write in and tell me what you did for New Year's Eve. Ari, I noticed that you have someone special in your life, and I want to hear all about him. I see all those cutesy-wootsy pictures on Facebook. This is the man show, so ladies, don't threaten. We will have the ladies show, but read my blog because it's really a cheers to all of you for making everything happen over the holidays. So let's talk about the man show or the men in your life. Before the holidays, when we had one of our holiday shows, we talked about some of the hottest sex tips that men could have for their woman. You know, that women wish women, let me rephrase that. We wish that the men would know what we like. And I touched base on that before the holidays about like making breakfast in bed and saying all the right things. It's not always you. It's all about like, hey baby, you're wonderful, you're fantastic. Like doing all those little extras that actually make a little romp in the sack a little bit more fun. So I thought I would continue with that. And it's funny because Corey's not here because he probably doesn't think he needs this advice, but he does. You know, women, like men, let your woman dress up. I mean, come on, Barb, Ari, you girls look smoking when you're dressed up. And don't you feel like the sexiest and the most amazing? And hey, Karen, men, let your women dress up. Take her out. Have her put on a sexy dress or a sexy outfit. You know, those cute little shorts and like a, you know, sleeveless top. And take her out on the town because if she's feeling sexy, you're going to be getting sexy. So that's definitely another hot tip. A little hug from behind. Who doesn't like their man coming up from behind them and giving them a little something, something? And I'm not talking about getting naked. I mean that. I'm talking about like a hug from behind. It feels good. It's like a big bear coming at you. So that's always a nice little tip for you guys to think about. Now, on the subject of being intimate, slower, guys. I mean, sometimes, you know, you want to, like, just go at it, but the women like the slow, and the slow actually, you know, turns into whatever you want it to turn into, but slower excites a woman, gets things going, and then the romance starts in the bedroom. And you can make it whatever you want, but women are liking that. They are liking that. I also, there are some other sexy moves that you can do in the boudoir, like the little pillow underneath her tushy. It allows a lot more of excitement and relaxation and friction. And it's a nice little touch to spice up the bedroom, because you always need to spice up the bedroom, right? Then you want to always let her know that she looks beautiful. Like, don't, like, if she says, hey, how do I look? Come on, ladies. How many times have you said to your guy, hey, honey, how do I look? And they go, fine. Fine? Screw fine. I mean, fine is sort of like, oh, you really don't look good, but I have to say you look good. Tell her she's beautiful, no matter what. Fine is just, there's nothing sexual. I mean, what do you think a guy should say? Even if he doesn't think you look good, do you think he should tell you that you don't look good, or do you think he should say you're beautiful no matter what? I say go for the beautiful, right? So we, these hottest tips, like we're hoping that the man in the man show tonight is going to take some of this advice from Cece and Corey, if he ever gets here, and use it and make things happen in the bedroom, because everybody knows that, you know, you wake up and like your hair's everywhere and you're not looking good, and like, you know, you got that makeup's everywhere sometimes, and you just want to know you look beautiful, and not just from here down, if you know what I'm saying, because that generally tends to be the interest. But men, make us feel good. Like, tell us we look sexy, tell us we look beautiful, and think of some fun things to do in the bedroom. And along with that, you just definitely want to take care of your woman, because that's the hottest tip that I can give you today. And use it, and don't abuse it, and slow down, and take it easy. And even like the nice girls, believe it or not, like a little dirty talk in public, okay? I'm just saying. Whisper something sexy in their ear, even if she's got on her Talbots or her, you know, Lily Pulitzer. They want to hear something sexy. Don't let them think differently. And sometimes the quiet ones are the most dangerous ones. So use those tips as some fun things to do. How about you girls? What do you like? Come on, write in. Tell me what you like, what your guy does for you in the boudoir. Oh, we have one. Okay. Thank you, Robbie, for agreeing with me. Thank you. I have a list of 50 of those. He makes a point to tell you you're beautiful every day. You know what? That is so... Can I just... Robbie, do you have a brother I can date? there's something amazing about when a man says his woman is beautiful, even if she wakes up all disheveled and, running around, or just, bad hair day or no makeup. That's awesome. I love hearing those stories. That is just, you can get me a brother, And on the same note, women, we want to make our men feel good too. So saying they're handsome and sexy, and they, you love how they touch you. All of that is all great stuff. But this is the man show, and we want to make sure that the right information gets to our guys so they can enjoy their time with their lady. Speaking of which, ladies, I don't know if you read this. I forgot to say, guys, get rid of the TV in the bedroom. Yeah, I know sometimes people like to watch porn and like sexy movies and whatnot, but women don't like the TV in the bedroom. Barb, eye contact, absolutely. You look a guy in the eye, and the guy looks you straight in the eye, and he's like, comes in for a big old kiss, and he's like massaging you, like feeling you in bed, and they're looking you in the eyes. How about a little smile with that? I think the smile with the eye contact is absolutely amazing. So that is great. Thanks. Yeah, eye contact is huge. Anybody else for some ideas that they like? Hot. She said hot. The eye contact with the smile? Absolutely. There's nothing worse than when you go in and you're making out or getting, to foreplay and everybody has their eyes closed. I mean, come on. And it's great to have that. I think it makes it a lot more sensual and sexual and also very personal, and you can tell that somebody actually cares about you. I think sometimes when they're just laying there, like a whale on the beach, and their eyes are closed, it's like, all right, this is just to get, an orgasm, to get off. You've got to bring it all in and enjoy each other. So get rid of that TV, guys. So I heard this crazy story, and I wish Corey was here to listen to this. So this woman, right? So this guy buys a diamond ring. Okay, this happened in Florida. I don't know if you heard about this. This guy buys a diamond ring and proposes to his girlfriend. And she's pissed. Now, we haven't found out. This is just recently something that I picked up on the internet. But she's not happy with this diamond. We don't know if it was the cut, the color, the size, or whatever. She gets pissed, takes a plank from the porch with nails sticking out of it and beats the guy. Beats him to the ground. And, of course, the police came and they, arrested her. But I want to know why she beat the poor guy. She gave him, come on. Who does that? You gotta pick your girls a little bit better. I know Robbie wouldn't do that. Guys, you've got to do your homework. If you're proposing to a girl who can number one, lift a plank from a porch, obviously she's strong, but also take it and start beating you. The guy was all bloodied up, and then she bit him, and then she punched him in the face. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh, Ari, probably the ring meant for an ex. You know what? Do you think maybe she knew that was a ring that he was going to give to an ex? And then she saw him give it to her? And I would have taken the plank, right? No, I wouldn't have done that. But yeah, so I wanted to see. I wish somebody would have filmed that. That would have been hysterical, but not hysterical for him. The guy's alive, so that's good. But guys, you may want to do your homework on your woman and make sure she's not violent. So I thought that was absolutely hysterical. I can laugh about it because I wasn't involved, but oh my God, you hear these stories and it's like, alrighty. So in line with that, we have. Has anyone ever heard of Pornhub? Pornhub. Anybody? Yes? No? Maybe? Well, Pornhub, obviously a porn site, they did a year-end study on what the most popular word was for searching on the porn site, and it happened to be, in the whole world, lesbian. So the number one most searched word was lesbian. Oh, Alton, you've heard of Pornhub. Okay. So in the U.S., how weird is this? The number one word search on Pornhub in the U.S. was stepmom. Really? Like, I'm thinking that's like borderline, could be some pedophile stuff. I don't know. I just think, who wants to like do porn with stepmom? Unless she's a MILF, which was number 4. So MILF was number 4. And apparently on this Pornhub, the average person stays on Pornhub for 10 minutes. Oh, Stern talks about it. Awesome. Yeah. So what does he say? I'd like to hear some of those episodes. So apparently the average person spends 10 minutes. Now, in Mississippi, the people in Mississippi stay on it longer, for 11 minutes. So, and then Oregon, they're in and out in like 9.5 seconds. So obviously there must be some good Pornhubbing going on in Oregon, because they're in and out. It's quick. I mean, who doesn't like it quick? Oh, Howard uses it. Nice. Okay. Nice. He's got that hot wife. Why does he need Pornhub? So the average viewing. So viewing Pornhub viewers start at 10 a.m. A little late in my book, right? I mean, doesn't everybody like it in the morning? 10 a.m. and then it gradually increases through noon, and then kind of bottoms out at 5 p.m. I'm sorry, it peaks at midnight. So it starts at 10 a.m. and then peaks up to midnight, and then done. It's bottomed out at 5 a.m. So some people say that their battery runs out, and then, you know, if they want a little something at 1 a.m., maybe their device isn't working or whatever. But I think it's just that people probably use it to go to sleep, which, who doesn't like that? So what's funny is, the day after the election on Pornhub, Donald Trump went up 854% on Pornhub. I thought that was hysterical. Oh, Alton, when Beth is busy, he uses Pornhub. He's a frisky fella, isn't he? And so here's something, because I'm Italian, you know, Cici Castora. In Italy, the number one word, because apparently this is what they like to do, was foot jobs. Which I thought was hilarious. Foot jobs was the number one search on Pornhub for in Italy. And France was France. And then the second one was Francois, which means France. So basically we were saying France wants nothing to do with anybody. They just want to like Pornhub just in France. And that felt true for Germany as well. So it was kind of interesting to get these stats. And 25% of all women are on Pornhub, and mostly, again, like lesbian stuff. But I think I just need to do a little research on this. I don't know. Have any of you been on Pornhub? Come on, Alton. Besides Howard Stern. So I thought that was super funny, and something I never heard of. You know, but apparently it's good. I thought everybody like went on Twitter to access porn. I don't know. So let's talk about New Year's resolutions. Only 25% of women go on to Pornhub. Yep. I guess we don't need it. I think maybe all the toys make up for that. Who knows? I mean, who's out there? I need a show of hands. Who's got some toys? Let's talk about New Year's resolutions, because, everybody always is like, I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to go to the gym more. I'm going to, whatever. You find that you have these New Year's resolutions and they never come to fruition, right? So there was some research that I looked into about New Year's Eve resolutions, and some doctors who were like saying, hey, listen, you say you're going to go on a diet and you're going to go to the gym and then it never happens. Why don't you just try these simple things? So if you're going to go to the gym, like say you have back pain. And we're not talking about lifting weights, but apparently the more exercise you have, the less back pain you'll have. And I'm not talking about like if you have like herniated discs or, any issues, severe issues with your back, but they're saying go to the gym, loosen up, like get those muscles working, get that body stretched, and do some activity. Like Pilates is amazing. I'm like addicted to it. And then they have, I did this body pump class the other day and I thought I was going to die. It was like literally, barbelling, to music, 10 songs, and pumping up, you put the weight on the end of your bar, and you're doing all these crazy exercises, like jumping up in the air and like up and down and squats and crazy things. And then you're working with other weights and on planks, and, it was brutal. But get to that gym and like do some of these classes. It helps your back. Yeah, totally. There's some really cool classes out there. This whole Orange Theory is supposed to be awesome. There's plank. I think they're trying to get away from like the hardcore workouts where it's messing up people are getting hernias from all this hardcore pushing those like tractor tires down the road and whatnot. So, but now in the Pilates, so I took this other Pilates class, and you're like throwing these like big balls, you're doing all these crazy balancing and core work on the big balls and the little ones and like medicine balls. It's super awesome. So get to that gym, they're saying, for New Year's resolutions, even if it's not like in the intent to lose weight, do it for just muscular health and stretching and whatnot. Brush your teeth. They're saying that make that a New Year's resolution. I mean, we all brush our teeth, but like really brush our teeth, because actually the bacteria that is left in your mouth is really one of the main causes of people getting sick, and that plaque, and then eventually some of that gets to your heart, and if you get gum disease, then you start having all kinds of issues. So for that New Year's resolution, definitely brush those choppers. Got to take care of those choppers. So here's a weird one. They're saying train your body to poop at the same time every day. Really? So they all talk about visualization. You have to get up at 7 a.m. Your body is like trained, like within an hour of waking up, of pooping. And they're saying that if you get on a regular schedule, it's actually healthier for you. I mean, we all have that cup of joe, and that tends to, get things started up. But visualization, you're supposed to like visualize a great poop, and it's supposed to happen. I don't know. Somebody try that. It is hard to do. Totally. Like, who can do that? It makes me laugh, because if you can do that, that's sort of like training a dog to poop, right? I mean, and I guess dogs go out and they poop every morning, but that's just crazy having humans do that. And in line with that, I guess you could use this in addition to training yourself to poop, would be to, the doctors are saying, read books to lower blood pressure. Now, here's my thought on that. What if you're reading like an erotic book? I mean, your blood pressure isn't, it's gonna go up. But they're saying, read some really relaxing, I'm waiting for Corey. I don't know what's going on here. I hope he's okay. Anyways, he is texting me. Hold on one second. Anyways, I don't know what he's caught in traffic or something. So read that book to lower the pressure, because the blood pressure is very important to keep that down, guys. This is, I think, a lot of men struggle with that. And the books are supposed to help that. And if you can train yourself to poop at the same time, it's a win-win, right? And let yourself get bored. They're saying that multitasking is very difficult to do. It really strains our bodies. And we have to allow ourselves to get bored during the day. So it actually takes some of that stress of multitasking off, and allows us to recharge, which I think is kind of cool. I never thought of that, because we all multitask. Excuse me. And then they say spike water with amino acids and magnesium and different additives, so you can hydrate your body. Very, very important. And here's a funny one. Wear socks and, meditate. Absolutely. Meditation is the key. But you know what? A lot of people don't have the patience, or like to them it's another task, but meditating is awesome. Absolutely. I agree. In line with that, they're saying to wear socks and mittens to bed. They say when your feet and your hands are warm, that it actually allows you to get into a deep sleep rather quickly. So if you have problems sleeping, give that a whirl. Put on some socks on your feet. I know it sounds weird. And then if you get hot in the middle of the night and you kick them off, don't look at the clock. Because the minute you look at the clock, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning and you're like, or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you're wide awake because you're panicking about getting up the next day. So give that a whirl as well. And then here's an interesting concept that I never heard of. When you start feeling stress and your heart's racing, they say put your hand on your heart. And apparently, my boob, apparently there's something in our brain that recognizes that and it calms us down. So maybe give that a whirl. And then finish up with these ideas of New Year's resolution by getting out and getting some sun, even if it's in the cold, cold, cold weather. They're saying sun, and not, the key is not on the back, face, but just getting some, 10 minutes of sunshine to, you do that. That's awesome. Yeah, it's so healthy for you. The vitamin D, and actually people who battle with depression and other issues, get that sunshine. So guys, these are the things that you have to do. This is all the man show. It's all about you, which usually it's not. So we're trying to, I wish my man here, Corey, was here. I hope he's okay. So I bet you guys, let me ask you a question. What things can you think of that you should never do in bed with a girl? Think about it. What do you think it is? What would you not do in bed? Thank you. You're welcome, Alton. What 5 things can you think of that you should not do in bed? The first one is assume that you can't get STDs, because you can. Like, there's so many people out there that just say, oh, I'm dating, but I'm dating this one person, but I should be okay. Get your papers, people. Get your papers, because you can get STDs. And until you get tested, and if you're going to get into a relationship, you should definitely at least have the conversation before and compare, like, when you had your last test, when you didn't. Because you should never go into, guys, never jump into bed and think, oh, this woman's, clear. Oh, Alton says, don't fart in bed. I think there are some people who find that amusing. I do. But it happens. It happens. And sometimes it kind of breaks the ice, so to speak. But don't give her, you cannot, pull the covers over her head. That's just not cool. What do they call that? I think they call that something, you guys, when you pull the covers over the head after you fart on them. So 5 things. Don't assume, not on purpose. I know, sometimes that happens. Women and men, it just happens, especially when you're fooling around. There's, build up of gas, and it just happens. Yeah, what is it called when they pull the sheets over? Come on, Dutch oven, thank you. Yeah, that's what it is. So no Dutch ovens, guys, out there. Chicks don't like that. So that's number 1. Don't assume that you're not going to get an STD, because you can. Second, these lubricants, do not use an oil-based lubricant with a condom, because your girl will be screaming all the way to the emergency room. You've got to use something that's water-based, and it's because what happens is the oil-based breaks down the condoms, and what it does is then causes your woman to scream uncontrollably from burning or other issues. And then it is definitely an ER visit, and it will break down the condom, which STD, pregnancy, any of that stuff. So make sure you do your homework on what type of condoms you use and what type of lubricants. All right, so this one wigged me out big time. They're saying no veggies or fruits in your vajayjay or the back door. Who the heck puts vegetables and fruits up somebody's exit only? Or I guess there are people out there that do that, but what they're saying is that is an ER visit, because sometimes the fruit or vegetables apparently stay in there. and cause issues. There's no fruit salad going on. But with the back door, make sure whatever you're doing has a little stopper on it, or that thing is gone. It's lost. That's like lost in space. It's gone. So that is definitely an ER visit for sure. Yeah, really. I'm telling you, fruits and vegetables. It's in the top 5 of things never to do in bed. Whee. So another thing is, guys, don't pressure your woman to finish. It's only going to stress her out, and, you know, you just got to let her, you know, take things back a little bit and, you know, just make it simple and soft and, like, no pressure, and let her do her thing. She'll let you know, and you'll figure it out. I mean, with any relationship, you figure things out over time. Let's see. ER is a happening place. Yes, it is. I would love to write a book for somebody who is an ER doctor or nurse and all the crazy things that they see. I would love that, like short stories. I bet they've seen a lot. On some of our shows, we talked about some stories they came up with, what was found in people's private areas in the emergency room, and it was not pretty. It was like, ow. The last thing they say, guys, in bed is, don't be so hard. Don't be so, like, you know, boom, 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 boom. What you need to do is, like, I mean, that comes, I know that, like, everybody has their own style, but the woman is just, like, you know, that could be a little uncomfortable for her, but that's, again, something that you figure out when you're in a relationship. But these are the top 5 things they said that, you know, you men shouldn't do in bed. So take it for what it's worth. We all can use a little education, right? And hopefully that will help some of you. We're going to talk about, where is Corey? It's so lonely without him. You know, I can't banter with anybody. Again, I hope he is okay. So I think what we'll end this show on is, especially from Cece's standpoint, is men, take care of yourself sexually. Like, I think men are, like, you know, they worry so much about being either the breadwinner or, like, having to succeed, and they don't really, I mean, they take a look at their natural health of, you know, okay, should I eat well, you know, exercise, but like women, men need to think about their sexual health. And actually, this is not meant to be a comedic piece of this show tonight, but, you know, men, you do have to take care of yourself, because as you age, as you know, things change. And women, number one, want to know that it's not them. So if things aren't happening down there, if there's some, you know, dysfunction, or you're not like you were 40 or 35 years old, all the women want to know is it's not them. And if you can talk about it, then great. Even better, because it's so easy for a woman to think, oh my God, I'm not sexy anymore, or he's not attracted to me. So if you can, have that conversation. And because that's how you work together, and that's how you actually make things better and work on the dysfunction aspect of it. Because men, I feel for you. The older you get, it's actually, I mean, we still keep going. You know, we can, you know, of course, have lubes and toys and things like that, but it's definitely, there's a lot of pressure mentally for a man to perform as he gets older. And thank you. He said, I miss Corey too, right? And yes, good advice. So, men, here are some thoughts on how you should take care of yourself for good sexual health. One is no-brainer. Eat healthy. Like, you know, fruits, vegetables. I know it sounds simple, but if you do your multigrains, fruits, vegetables, light proteins, that actually enhances and makes your sexual health better. And exercise, it's the same thing. The more you exercise, the better your libido will be. And that's what we like. So go to the gym or do some exercise at home. Do something, because that is definitely important to your sexual libido and, you know, so you can prevent dysfunction. The smoking, drugs, illegal drugs and smoking, like, people sometimes think that illegal drugs will stimulate, and they really don't. They actually create dysfunction. And smoking is just bad all around. I mean, whether you want to or not, sex or no sex, smoking is just a killer. So if you can avoid that, that would be huge just for overall health. Managing stress. I heard stories like guys are so stressed out that they can't perform, and it's hard for them to switch, the switch up and off and down because they have so much stress in their life. So manage that, meditate, like Alton said, or focus on something that makes you happy and healthy. Oh heck, I don't know, throw some porn on, whatever works for you. But women, work with them on that, because if they're the breadwinner and they're the stress of the family, the stress is created by that, then work on that together, because it's just critical. So do you know that men can do Kegels? Like men, you've heard that women do Kegels, and we do, and it's very successful. I mean, it's huge. It's the way to tighten that love area all up and make sex more enjoyable for both of you. So men can do Kegels. How cool is this? Simply by, like, when you go to the bathroom, you just kind of force yourself to stop and go, and it works up that muscle. Yeah, you heard that. Exactly. So it actually strengthens it up. So if you tend to be, shoot it within 1,005, 1,001, 1,002, this helps you to last longer, to enjoy it more, and to actually it's good for prostate health as well. So definitely try that, guys. Let me know how that works out for you. The lubricants we've talked about, and actually as men get older, you're doing them now, that's nice. As men get older, actually lubricants are super important because it actually makes them feel better. It's more essential, it's more arousal. So do your homework on what they have, this like his and hers, and it's locked up in the pharmacies because it's expensive. It's like $50, but it's the his and hers, and apparently lasts a long time, and it's spicy and heated and tingly, and people love it. So men, as you get older, and women, that's a nice little stocking stuffer we could have talked about, or even just like have it by your bedside. What do you mean, what? We're talking about lubricants for men as you get older, or even when they're younger. It's a great way. It actually helps them to experience more sensitivity. Absolutely, it must be great. And here's one that we hate to hear, but it's true: alcohol. So I think we all know that a night out, yeah, it makes you feel a little more adventurous. But the more alcohol you have, the harder it is to actually to be aroused and to come to arousal. So the best thing to do is to either got to decide, like, you're just going to be like partying or cocktailing, and then like maybe you go make out and do other things. But most of the time, the machinery does not work when there's a lot of alcohol involved in the morning or in the middle of the night. But if you eliminate the alcohol or keep it to a minimum, you can keep up with those late night activities for a nice romp in the sack. So we really are talking about, we're going to end this tonight about men, and I love men. I think there's great things. Just men are easy. They can like hook up with their buddy's girlfriend and then be best friends. Like get mad, drink a beer, and then, they're easy to deal with. They're simple. They're, they all have everybody has their own little quirk, but I love the man. The man, there's a lot of pressure on them, and tonight's show was solely dedicated to the men out there to give you some ideas of what to do in the boudoir, how to take care of your sexual health, to avoid getting hit over the head with a plank with nails in it. So buy a great ring or do your research on the woman that you're going to marry. And then just things that you should and should not do in the sack. So no booze, yeah. Yep. Not complicated, are we? No, not at all. Women are, we want our men to communicate more. We want our men to say we're beautiful. We want the men to appreciate for what we are, whether we're in shape or we're not. Successful career woman, stay-at-home mom. We just like simple things, just to be noticed and taken care of and loved. But men, yeah, you have a lot on your shoulders. So, oh, Tim, now you're joining us. The show's ending. This was the man show. You'll have to catch it on my Beaver Tales fan page. It's also will be on www.beavertalesbook.com, and there'll be a link on Twitter as well. But this is a show solely dedicated to the man and just great ideas. And I want to say thanks for, being the man, because being the man is not an easy job. And know that we, as much as some women bitch and complain, they still love you. But some just bitch and complain, then you get rid of them. Just enjoy life and take some of these ideas tonight and let me know how it works out for you. And enjoy it. So here we are, 2017, and Corey, I hope he hasn't gotten into an accident. I hope he's okay. So I'm going to reach out to him now, and we will see you next week, hopefully with Corey, and we'll move forward. So it's been a great night. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Cece Castoro, and don't forget, Beaver Tales. Great book, lots of fun, and a sexy read in bed, by the way. A super fun book to read with whoever you're with, and to put on the coffee table during parties. It's super fun. So hopefully I'll see you soon next week, Tuesday's Tips and Tales, and keep it going on social media, because we're going to make some changes this year. I think we're going to move the show maybe to a later time. Try to stay on Tuesdays, but we find that everybody is just like getting settled in by like 8 o'clock at night. So we're going to make some fun changes this year. Hi, Jess. We're ending the show, but catch us on Beaver Tales fan page and www.beavertalesbook.com. Love you guys. Good night. This is Cece. Have a great day tomorrow. Bye.